1974. I was looking for a job after moving from Alabama to New Jersey, and I saw an ad in the newspaper for a clerical position with Barrett Paving. I think a first day is always nerve-wracking because you don't know what to expect. My supervisor and my co-workers were all very welcoming. They made me feel comfortable right from the beginning and as if I was a member of their family. I started out in the regional office as a plant clerk, which was part of the Atlantic region, and at that time we were part of Allied Chemical. It was the paving division of Allied Chemical. 1988, I was promoted to the Assistant Regional Office Administrator, and in 1990 to the Regional Office Administrator. And I also did the credit and collections. In January of '93, the Atlantic region was merged into the New York regions, and I was transferred to the corporate office in Roseland. In 1993, I was the payroll tax accountant, and then in 1996, promoted to the Assistant Director of Human Resources. When I first started with Barrett, we used electric typewriters. We did not have computers. All the scale tickets were handwritten. All the sales had to be added up at the end of the day by mix and balanced. The month-end closings, which is the Form 6, was also processed manually, and it had to be mailed to the corporate office. In the mid-'80s, we got our first computer in the regional office, which had Lotus 123. Did you know that if you're using Lotus 123 and you shut the computer down, it doesn't ask you if you want to save your work, you just lose it. You know, those were milestones for us, if you will, getting the computer in our office. All of the employees and the managers stayed with the company. I think one of the biggest changes was when we became decentralized. In the early years with the company, there wasn't a lot of time spent on safety. We didn't have toolbox talks. I noticed once at the regional office, we used the front-end loader bucket as a ladder to stand up in and to do repairs on the plant. They also used that loader to move themselves from one area of the yard to another. I don't think you would see that today if you went out to one of the plant locations. I'm proud to be part of a company who does emphasize safety. The priority is to get employees home safely every day the way they arrive on the job. Even though profits are important, Colas looks at the employee's safety as also being right up there on top. I find myself thinking about what I'm going to do rather than just grabbing a ladder and starting to do something. Am I using the right tools to do it? Should someone else be doing this and not me that's better qualified? Early on, there were a lot of inappropriate comments made on jobs, and at that time it was what they considered acceptable because, you know, the idea was we're construction. Over the years, the employees have become conscious of the unacceptable behaviors, so they know what is right and what is wrong and not to go down that path any longer. In addition, there are more women filling positions that were typically filled by men in the past, and we also have more women that are being promoted into management positions. John Gibbons, and he was my first supervisor at Barrett. He always took the time to answer any questions that I had. Once he was promoted into a corporate position, he kept in touch to make sure that I was still happy. And he also, even after retirement, would keep in touch to see where I am in my career, which I always thought was very special. Be like a sponge, ask a lot of questions, communicate with your supervisor. Let him know what your desires are. If you want to move up within the company, express that so that you can be provided the tools and the training that's needed to reach those goals. We are family. We care about our co-workers. We spend a lot of time with our co-workers. You want your co-workers to go home safely each night, just like you would your family. And I think that's why we think of each other as our family. Stability. Barrett has been a very stable company. They've grown over the years. I feel safe being employed by a company that does so well.